Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now there's a lot of speculation as to the setup I use on a daily basis and loads of you guys have been asking for it, so today I thought I'd do a setup tour. Now there's been a lot of speculation as to which hardware I do use. Some of you seem to think I live in a massive mansion and secretly run a Core i9 processor and triple GTX 1080 Ti's, if that's even possible. And some of you seem to think I live in the middle of a field in a shed, running a potato PC like a Pentium 3 and a GT 120. But it's time to put any rumours aside and give you the grand tour of my pretty standard setup, which may leave you a little bit underwhelmed. But let's get into it, and I'll talk you through each component I use, the equipment I use, and give you a sort of little review on each one. Let's get straight into it. So here it is. It's literally nothing special at all. I live at my grandparents' house. It makes the most financial sense while I'm saving for a flat or a house. I live in Kent, and if you look up the house prices in Kent, you'll see they're pretty astronomical, so the chances of me moving out by the time I'm 45 are quite slim. But this is the monitor I use. It's a Dell 24-inch 1080p monitor. I got this in a sale for about £100. It's nothing special, but it was cheap and it does the job perfectly fine. I think this is a great monitor. The colours looked a little bit washed out when I first purchased it, but it turns out that that was an issue with the NVIDIA drivers, and setting the colour to full instead of limited sorted that issue right out. Down here we've got the Corsair K30, I believe it is, gaming keyboard. Now my friend Darren actually has a channel here on YouTube, Daz Erasmitaz. He gave me this keyboard for free because I desperately needed an upgrade from my wireless keyboard and mouse combo. The keyboard actually broke. If you're a regular viewer here and have been for a long time, you may remember that. I showed you it about a year ago, and I made a review as to why I gamed on a $15 or £10 keyboard and mouse setup. This is the amazing £3 or £4 gaming mouse, the Bazalius something, but it works pretty well. This green light is always on, which can be a little annoying if you're sitting in the dark by yourself, but aside from that, it's a pretty good mouse. Fits in the hand quite well, and I don't see any need to purchase a gaming mouse just yet, until at least this one decides to break. I've also got some Dell speakers here. Now, I ran speakers because my monitor does not have built-in speakers like a lot of monitors these days, I think. And these were actually free as part of an old PC that I picked up. I picked up a computer for about £20, and these speakers just happened to come with it. So I decided to plug them into my main system. They came with this massive box thing here, which sits down there and you can control the bass and all that fancy stuff. But yeah, as for the main article itself, the PC in all of this is the Ryzen 5 and GTX 1070 setup. Now the Ryzen 5 1600 in this I got for cheap. I paid about £110 in a lucky online sale. And the 1070, the MSI Aero edition, the ITX version, was actually sent to me by MSI themselves for a review, and they let me keep it, which was nice of them. I received an email saying you can keep the GTX 1070 to use in your personal system. Speaking of MSI, if I open this drawer here, you will see we have the PlayStation 4 and a wireless MSI controller. Now, I love this controller. I'm not just saying that because they sent it to me to review. This is the wireless Force GC30 controller. They also sent me a wired one. The battery life in this thing is incredible. I use it for gaming like every day, and the battery life, I don't think I've even charged it in the few weeks that I've had it. I've kept it on charge perhaps for a couple of hours. So that previous statement was obviously a lie. But as I say, the battery life in that thing is fantastic. I had a bit of an issue at first because, see these bits here? They stick up a little bit much. It's even if you've got big hands like me, it can be a little bit uncomfortable in the palm, but I will make a full review of that controller should you guys want me to, of course. Over here we've got the standard DualShock 4, and we've got the PlayStation 4 on the little slide out drawer where the keyboard would normally sit. Now the reason I still have a PS4 is for exclusives I can't get on PC, like Uncharted and The Last of Us, but I don't play it all too often, if I'm being 100% honest. Under here we've also got the PlayStation 3. I also reviewed this a while back, asking whether or not it was still worth owning a last generation console in 2017, and I keep this as well for exclusives like Red Dead Redemption. So let me give you a few more details on the PC. We have a Corsair TX650 power supply in here. I replaced my 550 watt one so that I could test more demanding and high-end graphics cards. Inside we have an MSI Tomahawk B350 ATX board. That was sent to me by AMD along with a Ryzen 3 1200, which has since been replaced by the Ryzen 5 1600, which unfortunately I did have to purchase myself. So us YouTubers don't get everything for free. The RAM, 2400 MHz Corsair memory. Now I bought 2400 MHz RAM because here in the UK it was a lot cheaper than faster speed RAM, but it seems to work pretty well. I have no issues when running a system like this. I'm sure it may benefit from slightly faster memory, especially when I test out Ryzen APUs. But as far as memory goes, it's pretty decent stuff in my opinion, and I'm pretty happy with it. As I said before, the 1070 is the MSI Aero Edition ITX. I like it because it's small and it fits in this absolutely terrible case. Now I hate this case, I need to get a new one. As you can see, my cable management also sucks. But this case is honestly, I hate it. It's okay. Ooh, what have we got there? Ooh, I'll eat those in a minute. Right, as you can see, the case is nothing special either. It just keeps all the components in the place that you want them, and that is inside the actual enclosure. We've got a front fan in there. The rear fan I have taken out just this morning because I will be replacing that. Look at that outside temperature. That is very mild actually for a day here in England, which isn't too bad. But there it is. That's the PC I use on a day-to-day basis. I never would have bought a 1070 if it wasn't actually sent to me from MSI, so that was pretty kind of them to let me keep that. And the Ryzen 5 1600 seems to be very good for all my gaming and editing needs. Of course we have Dave as well. He's currently building a nest, as you can see. Going around the garden, picking up twigs. He's actually pretty useless at nest building. Last year he built a nest and it just rolled down the roof and he was running after it. Good job there were no eggs in it. Another quick word on equipment. This is the Canon Legria HF-R606. This was also given to me by my friend Darren. It's a pretty good camera for all those close-up and outdoor shots. But the camera I seem to use most of all is the camera I'm filming this with. The iPhone 6 camera. I did have a 5S, the trusty old 5S, but unfortunately that decided it didn't want to work anymore. And my sister was about to upgrade her phone, so I just took this one right here, fixed the screen that was cracked, and now this is the daily driver for all my YouTube filming needs. Also got a pretty decent front and rear camera in my opinion, with HD 60 FPS recording, which of course is very necessary seeing as I seem to upload everything in 60 frames per second, even though I might not always need to, as some of you guys always pick up on. But there it is. This has been the Random Setup Tour in HD. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this has asked some of your questions as to which hardware I use on a daily basis. A little bit different, I know, but I will be back next video with another review of some more hardware. So as always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you run down below in the comments, your system configuration. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.